Hey everybody, it's Naya. Welcome back to Naya Reads Smiles. Good morning everyone. Happy Wednesday if you're watching this. I wanted to announce that I have a new schedule for uploading. I know everyone always comments like, Naya, when are you gonna next upload and all this kind of stuff, but I wanted to officially create a schedule so you guys know when to expect videos from me. The official schedule is Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, so hopefully I can stick to it. We'll see. But anyways, today's Wednesday and it is rainy and gloomy. Ever since I finished Sleeping Giants, which was what I was reading in the previous vlog, I don't really know. I kind of want to read the next book, and I found the audiobook for the second one. I think it's called Waking Gods on Scribd, but I really want to read the physical version because I don't know about you guys, but when I start a series in a certain format, whether that be audiobook or physical, like I want to continue reading it or like continue on with the series in that one format. So I'm gonna wait until I can get the physical copy and then I will continue with that. I think, you know, today the weather is just asking for classics. I received a package in the mail yesterday and it kind of has put me in the mood along with this weather to read some classics today. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Check out these super cool water bottles. This one is the Great Gatsby themed, and then this one is Alice in Wonderland themed. Thank you to Swell. They sent me these super cool water bottles. They have this new collection that's like book inspired, so I have these awesome water bottles now. So today I think I'm going to reread The Great Gatsby. It has been so long. I think I read this back in sophomore year of high school, so I think it's been like 4 years. How old does that make me? I haven't read The Great Gatsby since back in high school, and I absolutely loved it. And I remember, I don't know what happened to my annotated copy, but I annotated the heck out of it when I first read it. And I was so bummed because I would love to do a flip through to show you guys like how I annotated this. So yes, I plan on reading this. It's super short, so I'm hoping that when I finish this, I might go into some Alice in Wonderland. If you guys know me, I love Alice in Wonderland. So I have a bunch of different editions of this in different versions for like different age groups, but this one's the original one, and I have the B&N Classic collector's edition, but I'm not sure if it's the same as what you find in the original. And then to top off this day of classic reading, I may also dive into some Robert Frost. This is like one of my favorite poetry collections next to Maya Angelou's poetry collection, so I might go through some of these. But yeah, today's going to be a very chill reading day, so hopefully you guys can follow along and maybe dive into some classics as well. I just actually ordered 2 other classic books that I haven't read from thrift books. I found them for like $2 or $3, so they should be coming today as well. So it's just gonna be a wonderful day of just classic books and rain and coffee. Anyways, let's just get into The Great Gatsby. I have my bag of highlighters and sticky notes, so we're just gonna get into this, and maybe I'll show you a little bit of how I annotate as well. So yeah, okay. Currently, well, 2.5 coffees into my day, and it's only like what, 1 p.m. But anyways, I am currently halfway through The Great Gatsby, and as you can see, I've annotated quite a bit, but there was more sticky notes in here, but they started falling out, and I got these new little sticky tabs to annotate. Actually, I think I got this in a book box. Anyways, I got these sticky tabs that I use to annotate, but the sticky part of the sticky tab is like not sticky, and so they keep coming out, so I'm gonna have to buy new ones because these poor little guys, I hate wasting. I'll probably give them to my sister. Anyone with little siblings know, like, when something doesn't work, when something's broken, you just give it to your little siblings to play with. Anyways, I forgot how much I love The Great Gatsby. Like, the quotes in this book are just like, okay, so I remember reading it and I remember the storyline, but it's like the same thing. Like when you guys know when you haven't read a book in a long time, like I said, it's been like 3.5, 4 years, like you forget certain moments, and more specifically certain lines that like are written in the book, and they just really hit you. And I don't know, like I think the biggest thing about this book that I really enjoy, I find that the quotes specifically about life and how how Gatsby views life and how the other characters view him and his life, and just, I don't know, the characters are so just well developed. And it sounds so funny talking about a classic book because, you know, or at least here in the US, like this is like a required reading and we have to like go through and dissect this book. So it's nice to be able to read it and not have the pressure of school forcing me to read it, if that makes any sense. I think my perspective is different now that I'm older and I appreciate it more. And I started noticing, we're gonna get a little philosophical here. I definitely started noticing, I mean, I'm only 19, I'll be 20 in December, but from when I was 16, I think only now I'm able to see the difference in how I view books. Because like I said, I think I was 16 when I read this one, and I had really strong opinions about certain characters, specifically about, oh my god, I wasn't a huge fan of Daisy. But I had very strong opinions about certain characters, and now that I'm older and I'm going back and reading it and taking my time and annotating it again, it's like I appreciate the characters more, and I'm not as like critical of, maybe like I said, because I'm reading it outside of a school setting, I'm not as critical, more so I'm just reading it to understand a different perspective, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, I can't English today. I was studying Japanese earlier, so that's why like my brain's just not working in English. But anyways, the whole point is I'm just enjoying this so much, and I just I have a very similar perspective on life as some of these characters do. There's some quotes in here that are just so beautiful. Anyways, I'm thinking of taking a break and possibly picking up Robert Frost's poetry collection. I don't know why I love Robert Frost so much. I don't remember what poem it was. It was one of his poems that I read back in high school, and I remember reading it in a textbook, and it just like stuck out to me so much. And I'm like, who is this author? And I like talked to my English teacher about Robert Frost, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so happy you're like one of the few people in my class that actually like really appreciates Robert Frost. Real quick, I wanted to show you my new addition to my shelf. If you guys remember, I got that weird box for a map of days, and it came with this string and these cute little like clothespins that you can pin stuff. Something I want to do is basically whatever book I'm reading, find quotes, or whenever I find a good quote, I'll write it down and like pin it up on my little pin line quote thing. So I'm going to write down right now a few quotes that I've already like annotated from The Great Gatsby and pin them up on the clothesline, and then every time I read a new book, I'll just go and do that and like find quotes and then put them up here. I'm just in a really crafty mood. I'm also thinking of ordering, I want to start bullet journaling again, or just journaling in general, and I kind of want to order some journaling supplies. I don't know, like I was so into journaling, you guys. If you guys remember back when I was like 16, 17, I have like I have some of the coolest journals. I sound really like narcissistic. I have the coolest journals. I spent at least an hour a day journaling, and it really helped me. So I'm thinking I might want to do it again. I don't know, decisions. Okay, but right now I'm just going to write down some quotes and pin it on my clothesline, and yeah, make it all cool and artsy. Writing the quotes. I only, like, a lot of the quotes that I really love are really long, so I kind of had to shorten a few, but I put my favorite one in the middle here, which is the one I want to show you first, to be one of my favorite all-time quotes ever from any sort of classic book. Another change of scenery. I'm in my living room now, but I am currently, I would say maybe like 7 to 8 poems into this poetry collection. I'm kind of like not going in, I guess, chronological order. I'm kind of just jumping around. Everyone in my house is gone off doing something, so I kind of just have like a peaceful environment. I have tennis on. I don't watch tennis, but it's on anyways, because I don't know about you guys, but like I always turn on the TV when I'm like by myself in the house because I hate like the super like eerie silence. Anyways, I'm gonna keep reading for maybe like 20 more minutes of this poetry collection, then I'm gonna go back and finish The Great Gatsby. And if there's still time tonight, I will go and jump and read Alice in Wonderland, but so far today's really nice. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so it is currently the next day. I finished The Great Gatsby last night. It was so good. Now I want to watch the movie to go with it. I don't know, I forgot, like, I feel like you guys always hear me say I forgot how much I love so-and-so book whenever I read a book, but honestly it was so good, and I'm so bummed that my sticky notes, as you can see, I tried putting more in, but they literally keep falling out the more I put them in, so I'm just like, you know, just, it's okay, it's okay. But anyways, it's time for some book mail. Timing could not be more perfect. I just got these packages in the mail. One of them I was expecting, the other one is a surprise, so I don't know. We're gonna open it and find out what it is. But let's start with my Thrift Books purchase. For anyone who doesn't know, Thrift Books is an online used bookstore. I know they're available here in the US and I believe Canada. I'm not sure about other countries, so I apologize in advance if they don't ship to other countries. They have super cheap books. All of these, this whole package, I think I got 1, 2, 3 or 4 books in here for maybe like 12 bucks. Because I get used books so often, a lot of you guys recommended that I put the books in the fridge for a little bit to make sure there's no like bed bugs or some, you know, weird animal hiding between the pages. But I ordered a few books and I'm so excited because all of these books, they're not like YA books, they're more like self-help / just informative books that I've just been really into. So the first book here I picked up because it was probably one of the most recommended classic reads that you guys have been recommending me to read that I haven't read yet, but I really want to read it. Is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I think I perhaps read like an excerpt back in high school for like my English class or something, but I've never read like the physical full book of this, so I'm really excited. I got this in a good copy, which was like $3, and the copy's pretty good. It's pretty decent. I'm really happy with it. Guy, and he has this picture or this painting of him on a wall, and every time he does something bad, it's reflected on the painting and not him. So he's kind of like, I don't know, immortal in some way, shape, or form, or there's definitely a metaphor in this whole book, and I'm really excited to dive into it, and I will definitely be annotating it once I get new sticky notes because these pathetic sticky notes have failed me. Okay, so this next book here I picked up because it was mentioned in a book that I previously read and I continue to read every single morning. If you guys remember, I picked up the book Psycho-Cybernetics, also from Thrift Books. Now this is kind of a more self-help book, and it has to do with like personal image and how, you know, the science behind how you see yourself and how that really affects everything in your life. But it's so much more than that. As you guys can see, I have sticky tabbed the heck out of this. It is literally like my morning ritual now. Like I'll get a cup of coffee and then I'll flip open this book and read a chapter or 2 of it because I just feel like it starts my day off really well. It's kind of like I don't know, what's it called, a self-care, like 20 minutes of self-care in the morning is me with a coffee and reading this book. I've reread it twice already and I continually go back and reread it. It's so incredibly amazing and has transformed my life, I kid you not. Like the way I just think has definitely changed a lot. I feel like I've always been kind of a positive thinker, but even more so now because of this book. But in this book, the author talks about and references this other book, which I found really interesting, and I love the quotes whenever he referenced this book. So I finally picked up the book, and this book came out back in like the 70s, I think, and it's called Super Learning 2000 by Sheila Ostrander and Lynn Schroeder. I think I'm saying that correctly. But how 70s is this? This looks like a video game cover, like something like that. But this basically is another sort of science-y self-help book about learning and how you can, I guess, become like a super learner and just learn and develop new skills in your life a lot faster and easier using their sort of scientific techniques. And I'm always trying to improve myself and improve my ability to learn skills and learning things. I'm just like a little computer trying to gather information constantly. So I'm really excited to dive into this one, especially because I've read this so many times and I'm just on a roll with kind of, I don't know, like I said, my new routine has kind of just become reading these sorts of books in the morning, and it just really helps me, like, you know, go about my day. And then the very last book I picked up, I'm so excited for this one. Oh my god. Okay, someone I follow on Instagram actually posted a picture of this next book, and the title is what got me, but then I read the synopsis of it and I was like, I need this book in my life. Again, it's another one of those books that are kind of similar to this book where it's more just me learning things versus me like reading a fantasy book about crazy stuff. But this book is called Women Who Run with Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And this is Myths and Stories of the Wild Women Archetype, and I am just so excited because, you know, stories, a lot of stories, especially fantasy books, are based off of archetypes and legends and myths and that kind of stuff, and so this is kind of one of those books that are just specifically about archetypes, specifically female archetypes, and I'm just really excited. And I don't know, like, I love learning things, and even though I'm not currently in school, I continually try to just keep my brain, you know, keep new things coming in, that sort of stuff. Okay, so now to this surprise package. I got this package from Penguin Teen, I think. I'm gonna cover my address, but look how cool it is. It says Jacqueline Woodson, who wrote, oh, what book did she write? She wrote the Something Softly. I'll put it right here, but I haven't read this one. But I know she's a really popular author, so I got this package, which I'm guessing is new books from her. Oh, check it out. So it sounds like this book is a contemporary book, and it follows these 6 kids who once a week or once every day, I'm not sure the timing of it, but they basically meet every day with no adults, just them, and just talk about what's going on in their lives, kind of like a therapy amongst peers. So it sounds really cool, and it looks really short, and the cover is so beautiful. And like I said, I've never read a Jacqueline Woodson book, so I'm really excited to dive into this one, and it looks like it's gonna make me cry. It just has that like contemporary book, like tear-jerking look to it. Okay, this next book in here is a children's book, and it is so cute. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know, I constantly mention I have a 3-year-old little sister who I spoil so much. But this next book is The Day You Begin, and I am so loving it. I can't tell you how hard it is to find children's books with like black children in it. Like, as crazy as that sounds, like if you go into a bookstore, literally like the first like recommended children's books are always like white children on the cover and stuff, like princesses and things like that. So, oh my god, so I'm so happy there's this cute, oh my, like I will forever be a lover of children's books. I'll probably write a children's book of my own one day, but this one is The Day You Begin, and it looks like this girl is going to school for the first time, or maybe even like reading a book for the first time, I don't know. I think the afro, and I have a feeling my little sister's gonna love this. Thank you guys so much for following along with this vlog. I'm gonna go find a space for all of these books on my shelf now. Until next time, keep reading, and I'll talk to you guys later.